How did Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, adapt to the disciplined, regimented life of an American soldier? What were his personal experiences and sentiments during his 2-year service in the U.S. Army? Was the Army stint a period of unwelcome interruption in his flourishing career or an unexpected journey of growth and self-discovery? These queries delve into a lesser-known yet profound chapter in Elvis Presley's life. Elvis, despite his spectacular fame, was not exempt from the draft. In one of his personal letters, he revealed his initial reaction to the news of his drafting. When my draft notice came, I must admit, a part of me was worried, but then, I was always raised to respect my country. I understood it was a duty that I needed to fulfill. From his private correspondence, we know Elvis felt a sense of duty towards his country. In a letter to a friend, he wrote, "Being Elvis Presley doesn't exempt me from serving my country. I'm no different from anyone else in that regard." His abrupt transition from being an iconic superstar to a regular soldier wasn't smooth. In an interview conducted shortly after his induction, Elvis reflected, "The first couple of weeks were tough. I was used to a life filled with music, adulation, and a certain degree of freedom. Suddenly, I was in a world that was all about discipline and duty." Yet Elvis was not one to be daunted. He accepted the challenges with determination and grace. His army buddy, Charlie Hodge, noted this change in Elvis. "He took it all in stride," Hodge remembered. "He embraced the army life wholeheartedly, even when it was challenging. He wanted to be just another GI, even though we all knew he was anything but." Elvis's service was not just about his duty as a soldier. He found creative solace during his time off. Lamar Fike, one of his closest confidantes, vividly recalls, "Elvis was always creating, always innovating. There were nights when he would pick up his guitar and fill the barracks with haunting melodies. He was making music, even in the middle of nowhere." However, it wasn't all about hardships and work. Elvis's time in the Army also introduced him to Priscilla Beaulieu, his future wife. Recalling their first encounter, Priscilla said, "He was different from the Elvis the world knew. In the quiet, away from the spotlight, he was a gentleman, kind, funny, and endearing." As Elvis's stint in the Army concluded, he seemed to view this period not as an interruption, but a transformative chapter in his life. In his later interviews, he confessed, "The Army taught me a lot about life, about who I was. It was tough, but it also brought some clarity. It made me realize what truly mattered in life." Upon reflecting on these personal thoughts and shared memories, it's evident that Elvis's Army years were a transformative period in his life. They shaped him as an individual, brought new dimensions to his life, and paradoxically, grounded the king of rock and roll in a way that few other experiences could.